Hello again, everyone. I'm Storm Team 9 Chief Meteorologist Jerry Jackson, and this is Weather or Not. Now, the hot season is now upon us, and it's a time when you need to take it as easy as possible while working outside. Of course, one way to take it easy is to actually take it easy. Take a vacation, and if that's not feasible, maybe just a quick day trip.
Let's take a drive to Beaufort, North Carolina. Today we are visiting the North Carolina Maritime Museum in Beaufort. Their mission is to collect, preserve, research, document, and interpret the maritime history, culture, and environment of coastal North Carolina. It reflects coastal life and interprets lighthouses and life-saving stations, the seafood industry, motorboats, and more. With studies and exhibits in marine life, science, and ecology that are available for all ages. The museum is the repository for artifacts from Blackbeard's wrecked flagship, Queen Anne Revenge. Among them, cannons, grenades, belt buckles, and more. With the Harvey W. Smith Watercraft Center right across the street, it teaches boat building for all ages, with different exhibits within the museum as well as showcasing the different boats throughout history. There's something for everyone to enjoy, and paid programs that you can partake in. There's always something to do and learn. I'm Storm Team 9 meteorologist Olivia Monteleone. See you next week for our next adventure.
Summertime usually means the latest movie blockbusters appearing in your local cinema. And what better way to spend a hot summer afternoon than a cool, air-conditioned theater with a big, frosty soft drink and fresh popcorn? Although the term blockbuster has been around since the 1940s, the modern-day movie version of the term is believed to have originated with the 1975 film Jaws. The term blockbuster obviously is tied to a film's economic success, but it also carries with it the idea that the movie could generate discussion and buzz outside the theater and seep into our daily discussions. This generates more buzz, and the film gets multiple views by the same eager fans, becoming more than just a successful movie. The movie becomes an experience to be repeated. Jaws would become a cultural icon only partially because it was an excellent example of pacing, technical craft, and acting, but more so because it tapped into the instinctive fear that humans have of water and the unknown dangers that lie beneath the surface. We have a common connection inherent in the film. Who could forget that wonderful tagline for the Jaws sequel? Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water. That tapped into a primal fear, making it all the more effective. And of course, the production designers created a beach town that seemed real, from its eccentric characters, accurate depictions of family trips to the beach, and a lack of superheroes. The characters in Jaws are simply ordinary people caught in extraordinary circumstances, and that helps to draw us in. We relate to these people much more so than we would, say, Superman, because they're ordinary human beings like us. Jaws has always been one of my favorite movies, and it's a must-watch for our household every summer.
When it comes to the most popular ornamental trees, you can bet the flowering dogwood will come into the conversation. This tree is native to the southeast and can be found all across our state. Its range extends from the deep south to the northeast and west to parts of Oklahoma. On March 15, 1941, the blossom of the flowering dogwood was named the official flower of North Carolina. These trees are quite sensitive, growing best in coarse and medium textured soils. They cannot tolerate severe drought, but they also don't do well in saturated soils. Due to their sensitivities, thriving dogwoods usually indicate healthy soil. Before it became a popular decorative tree, the dogwood was valuable for its many practical uses. Native Americans used its root bark for reducing fevers and pain relief. It was also used to counteract many poisons. The wood from a flowering dogwood tree is very strong and shock absorbent, making it an ideal choice for tool handles. Not only do humans value these trees, but also wildlife. Animals such as birds, squirrels, and deer will feed on the small red berry-like drupes. Many animals will also use this tree as a sheltering place. Today, flowering dogwoods make beautiful shade trees around patios and lawns. So the next time you see one of these trees, take a moment to appreciate not only its beauty, but also its many uses. In the studio, I'm meteorologist Christopher Tyndall, Storm Team 9.
Outside temperature affects not just your physical condition, but your mental condition as well. There are plenty of ways to stay cool in the summer, and remember, sometimes comfort is simply a state of mind.
As temperatures continue to heat up, it's important to remember that vehicles heat up quickly and drastically. Never leave children, pets, or vulnerable adults unattended in a parked car. Interior vehicle temperatures can rise dangerously within 10 minutes, often exceeding 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Cracking the window provides no significant relief, and heat stroke occurs rapidly, making hot car tragedies entirely preventable. Temperature spike. Even on a mild or partly cloudy days in the 70s, the greenhouse effect causes rapid heat buildup. In 10 minutes, the temperature spike is roughly 19 degrees. 20 minutes inside, temperatures can reach 109 to 119 degrees, and in an hour, the cabin temperature can climb well past 135 degrees. Some ways to prevent hot car deaths is to always check the back seat before exiting the vehicle when children or pets are in the car. Place essential personal items like a purse in the back seat, or leave a stuffed animal in the front passenger seat as a visual cue. Always lock your car and store keys well out of reach of children. The second leading cause for hot car fatalities involves children getting into unattended vehicles and becoming trapped. Extreme in-cabin heat is also dangerous for certain objects and can cause fires, explosions, or toxic leaks. Electronics with lithium-ion batteries can swell, leak, or catch fire. Aerosol cans like hairspray and pressurized sunscreen cans can explode, and high heat can degrade prescriptions and make them ineffective. When your car has been parked in the sun, take steps to avoid burns and extreme discomfort. Open your doors for at least 30 seconds before getting in to let trapped heat escape, and roll down the front and left rear windows to create rapid cross ventilation. Use reflective windshield visors to drop the temperature of your dashboard and steering wheel, and you can drape light-colored towels over leather or dark fabric seats and steering wheels. If you see a child or pet alone in a locked car, act immediately and call 911. A child in distress due to heat stroke should be removed from the vehicle as quickly as possible and rapidly cooled.
How about some trivia? 8 questions, 2 minutes. Good luck. I've always enjoyed trivia and games in general, especially board games. There's something about that small cardboard box containing colorful pieces, interesting themes, and a perfectly concise set of rules that really appeals to my brain. And being a meteorologist, there are many games out there that pique my interest. In fact, here's one you may enjoy. Planet is a game published by Blue Orange Games. It can accommodate 2 to 4 players and takes about a half hour to play. In Planet, players build their own planet by placing terrain tiles and populating wildlife. The setup layout is simple and nicely explained in the included instruction guide.
Each row represents a round in the game. Before starting the sample two-player game, each player takes a planet core and randomly selected terrain card which they keep hidden from other players. To begin round one, the youngest player takes the turn order marker and selects a single terrain tile of their choice from the stack, placing it anywhere on the cube they wish. The orientation doesn't matter. Player 2 then takes a tile of their choice for their planet. Once both players have a tile in place, the turn order marker then passes to the next player and the first round ends. Round 2 plays exactly the same way, with the player who holds the turn order marker making the first selection. Once players reach round 3, they continue to select tiles just as before, but they can also compete to earn wildlife cards. For example, this card will be awarded to the player with the largest territory of ice that doesn't border sand. So each player scans their globe to see if they meet that criteria. In our sample game, both players have ice territories that don't border sand, but player 2's ice territory contains more triangles than player 1's, so player 2 claims the wildlife card. Different cards contain different conditions, and each is clearly explained in the manual. Once the players go through all 12 rounds, the game ends. To see who wins, each player first adds up all of their triangles on their planet matching those on the terrain card, earning the points listed on each card. Players then earn 1 point for all wildlife cards also matching that terrain card. Finally, players receive 2 points for each of the other cards. The player with the most total points wins.
I found that both kids and adults enjoy board gaming, but the kids seem to catch on faster. That's not just true with leisure activities, it's true of learning too. And there's no better place to learn each week than our Weather Kids sessions. Often on Weather Kids, we welcome students here at our Storm Team 9 Weather Center. But some weeks we head out on the road to visit students in the classroom or at area STEM events or school fairs. It's a chance for us to teach in person in the field, so to speak, and it gives us a fresh perspective on our daily job as forecasters. Many of the students I meet want to become meteorologists when they grow up, and they're usually curious to know what got me interested in meteorology in the first place. Well, when I was a kid, the second grade to be exact, I experienced firsthand the deadly Carolina tornado outbreak of March 28, 1984. In just 9 hours, a total of 22 tornadoes developed in the Carolinas, killing 57 residents. My hometown of Mount Olive was one of the hardest hit locations in that outbreak, and I saw damage on a scale I could scarcely imagine. Trucks left sticking out of the ground, entire neighborhoods demolished. Many of the tornadoes that spawned that night had winds of F4 intensity on the original Fujita scale, which corresponded to wind speeds over 207 miles an hour. That's a level of strength we typically associated with the states in Tornado Alley, like Texas or Oklahoma. For years after the 1984 outbreak, I had a deep fear of severe weather. That later developed into an interest in learning and eventually a career. That's why I enjoy teaching kids so much about what it means to be a meteorologist. Now, if your child would like to become a Storm Team 9 Weather Kid, send me an email to jjackson@WNCT.com and I'll explain the whole process. For the Storm Team 9 Weather Kids, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Jackson. Class dismissed. Weather covers a wide range of topics, from cuisine to playtime, even art, film, and literature. In fact, there's just no way to live without it.
Let's take a look at the highest peak on Earth, Mount Everest. Checking in at over 29,000 feet above sea level, it's home to some of the most daunting challenges a climber could face. It's situated within the Himalayan mountains near the borders of Nepal and China. However, this giant is located just inside Nepal. The Himalayan mountain range sits on the edge of a convergent plate boundary between the Indian and Eurasian tectonic plates. A convergent plate boundary means that two tectonic plates, or slabs of crust if you will, move towards each other. In some cases, one plate sinks beneath the other one, creating a subduction zone. But in this case, neither the Indian nor Eurasian plate would give up, so to speak, so they had no other choice but to go up towards the sky. This led to the formation of these jagged mountains. As you may know, the atmosphere gets thinner the higher you go up. That being said, Even some of the world's best climbers face difficulties when trekking Mount Everest due to the lack of oxygen. In fact, climbers taking on the challenge must bring along bottled oxygen. The task is so tough on the body that the area above 26,000 feet is known as the death zone. People who spend too much time at these elevations may experience sickness and even swelling of the brain. As to the weather on Mount Everest, well, it has seasons just like we do since it's also in the northern hemisphere. But during the summer months, this part of the world receives a monsoon. This is where it rains seemingly non-stop due to a shift in the intertropical convergence zone. At the top of the mountain, winds are very strong, even reaching hurricane force sustained speeds. During the winter, the summit averages about negative 33 degrees Fahrenheit, but during the summer, it averages between -4 and -1 degrees. So if you ever want to feel like you're literally on top of the world, then Mount Everest might just be the place to go.
The science of meteorology has come a long way in the past century, and new advancements seem to be coming every day. It's a race to keep up with it all.
Did you know there is a way to report your rain gauge observations in a way that it will be seen by the National Weather Service? That's right, the program is called CoCoRaHS, which stands for Community Collaborative Rain, Hail, and Snow Network. It's a non-profit, community-based network of volunteers where individuals just like you can report how much precipitation they have received. Volunteers of all ages and backgrounds are invited to join this network. The only requirements are a CoCoRaHS approved rain gauge and a love for weather. The observations are placed on a map based on the location of your rain gauge. Anyone can go to the CoCoRaHS website to view the map of all the different reports. This better helps meteorologists understand the progression and evolution of a storm. Yes, we have radar which can estimate rainfall totals based on the rate, but that's not an accurate method of observation. Not only will you be helping meteorologists at the National Weather Service, but also TV meteorologists like us here at Storm Team 9. This program also benefits hydrologists, agronomists, farmers, and emergency management personnel. No matter if you receive a ½ inch of rain or 5 inches of rain, all reports are encouraged. Even if you didn't get any rain, report that too. Even the 0.0 reports are useful in determining the exact rainfall locations. Now you may be wondering how all of this came about. Well, this program started at Colorado State University's Climate Center in 1998. Since then, it has spread. It's sponsored by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration and the National Science Foundation. Now the program has reporting sites in all 50 states. This is a tremendous milestone because the less gaps on the map, the better. Less gaps will show how a storm might have changed along its course. It will also help scientists determine whether to issue flood warnings or not. To learn more details about this fun, interactive program or to sign up, head over to cocorahs.org.
When it comes to weather, you have so many sources of information, but have you ever wondered where it all comes from?
What is a drought? Drought is the deficiency in precipitation over an extended period of time. It's a part of normal climate variability in many climate zones. The duration of droughts varies widely. A drought can develop quickly and last only for a matter of weeks, exacerbated by extreme heat and/or wind, but more commonly, drought can persist for months or years. There have been at least 3 major U.S. droughts over the last 100 years. 2 of these, the 1930s Dust Bowl drought and the 1950s drought, each lasted roughly 5 to 7 years and covered large areas of the country with significant impacts. Although hurricanes and tornadoes are more dramatic, droughts are among the costliest weather-related events and the most far-reaching. Droughts may require safety precautions just like other weather hazards. Dry conditions often lead to brush fires or wildfires. Local officials may ask that you not burn brush or trash during dry conditions and comply with other safety precautions. In extreme fire conditions, officials may issue mandatory evacuation orders to protect your life. Always follow these directives. They could save your life and the lives of your family. Types of droughts. Meteorological drought is based on the degree of dryness and the length of the dry period. Hydrological drought is based on the impact of rainfall deficits on the water supply, such as stream flow, reservoir, and lake levels. Agricultural drought is based on the impacts on agriculture by factors such as rainfall deficits, soil water deficits, reduced groundwater, or reservoir levels needed for irrigation. Socioeconomic drought is based on the impacts of drought conditions, meteorological, agricultural, and hydrological drought on supply and demand of some economic goods. Socioeconomic drought occurs when the demand for an economic good exceeds supply as a result of weather-related deficit in water supply.
And that does it for another edition of Weather or Not. I hope you enjoyed our little trip down the road, learned a few things with our trivia, and gained a little insight into the wonderful world of meteorology. Remember, a fresh episode drops every week, and our goal is simple: to keep you informed, enlightened, and a little happier too. I'm Storm Team 9 Chief Meteorologist Jerry Jackson, and this is Weather or Not.